Jamie from Inky&Scrappy, sharing with you today a Crescent Creations design team make for March 2023. I am starting by pulling in all of the things that I need. I'm bringing in a modern embossed slimline, or not slimline, A2 size die here from Trinity Stamps. And then, of course, some Doodlebug papers. I know I'm using up that beautiful plaid, but I liked the shading or the color on that one for my sky. And then I'm going to bring in a whole bunch of Lawn Fawn's die sets. So I'm using the Inside Out Stitched Strawberry, the Build-A-Succulent die. And I did end up bringing in the backer piece for the strawberry from the Build-A-Cupcake die set. I will end up bringing in one more die set before I'm done. But to start, I just built my background for this one. This one is a full infinity shaker, I guess you could call it. I like to do a panel that's a little smaller than my A2 size card, and that's why I ended up bringing in that Trinity stamp die. I could have used a stitched die or just cut it on my guillotine style cutter, but I liked the sizing on this one, so that's why I brought that one in. And then I am using Lawn Fawn's outline. I think they're called the Outline Cloud die set. I haven't used them in forever, and I just liked that it was going to leave a lot of that blue because I loved that blue pattern. And so this way it gives the illusion of clouds, but kind of a lighter and airier feel. So for the infinity shaker, I am backing the back of my panel with some double-sided adhesive and using a piece of scrap plastic. So this is that packaging that comes in either stamp sets, die sets, all of those types of things. And just cut it apart down to size. So it's a little bit bigger, probably 1.5 inches all the way around ish. And then doing the bottom first and then finishing the cuts on the top because you want to clip those corners just a little bit, but not too much because you do want them to seal. And then I do the sides, making sure before I do that third side that I have enough wiggle room on the front that my shaker bits are gonna be able to move. I don't want it super, super tight. And then of course, I'm gonna add Crescent Creations Easter Remix. This one already had some seed beads, some glittery pieces in there, but of course it wasn't enough glitter, so I'm adding some more glitter and a few more seed beads to help make everything move and shake. Granted, and it's an infinity shaker, so you really don't need the extra seed beads, but I like the noise. And then before you shake it all the way up, you want to make sure that you seal that top piece. Now, I had glitter all over my desk. I'm pretty sure it was just me not hitting the top very great, but I wanted to make sure that I had that infinity shaker closed up good. So I did add a piece or a thread of glue all the way around it on top of that double-sided adhesive and then attached it to my card front. Now for that chick built from all of those dies that I cut out. This one just came to me. I actually am doing another one with the Inside Out Strawberry die later this month on my channel. So, you know, I'm getting some mileage out of that strawberry as not a strawberry. So if you visit me, I've actually done another one with that one that was not a strawberry. So I like to get a little more mileage. I did bring in some Distress Oxide in fossilized amber to add a little bit of color and dimension to my little chick here. I'm using a light pale yellow and then a little bit darker yellow for the chick body, the light pale on my accessories for it. So those little chick arms are actually the top part of the strawberry, just kind of cut apart, and they kind of look like wings. So as I was doing the second one, I was like, oh, it'd be really cute to add in an Easter egg because my mix had an Easter egg. So I made sure to leave a little bit of room there to tuck that Easter egg into his wing. Of course it's a chick, and it's big enough to add googly eyes, so I'm going to add googly eyes. So I did pull in some googly eyes here using that strawberry for his little beak. I did bring in some Distress ink in walnut stain to add a little bit of depth and dimension to his little chicky feet here and his beak. And those little feet come from that Plant-A-Succulent set. I'm pretty sure it's the 2-pack of, I'm thinking it's the flowers that go on top of the succulent. I haven't actually used the succulent set for anything but to make a chick right now. Yeah, that's where his little cute little hairs come from, the top two. I guess they're feathers. Sorry. And then I am going to bring in the Build-A-Basket set and bring in that Easter egg. I decided to kind of go with the color scheme on the Easter eggs that are in my mix there. And that's why I was kind of thinking about using those, but I ended up just using that simple striped one. So it has a little bit more white on my Easter egg. That's so it goes with those that are in the mix on my shaker. So I'm going to add that onto my little baby chick here. And then before I glue him on the card, I had thought about putting the Happy Easter on a banner of sorts. And then I thought, you know what? His little belly is so big, it would be cute to just add the Happy Easter, kind of a, not a tone on tone. I did bring in a Distress Oxide. I want to say I did Carved Pumpkin, because it's a truer orange or a brighter orange, kind of like his beak and his feet. I did practice stamp it a couple of times. This is from Lawn Fawn's new Extraordinary Easter. I think that's what it's called, for his little belly there. So it's got the sentiment right on the baby chick. And then, of course, there was a little chirp in that stamp set. So I'm bringing in that little chirp. I am using Stays On ink because I'm going to stamp it right on top of my plastic. Now, if I'd have thought about this before, I probably could have stamped it with regular ink underneath the plastic, but I don't plan that far ahead. I was impressed that I planned this one as well as I had planned it. I'm going to bring in some double-sided adhesive to add my chick to the plastic, as well as some liquid glue. I don't know how well liquid glue holds on plastic, so that's why the double-sided adhesive goes on first, because I like to make sure they stay together. And then because I had that extra Easter egg cut out, I set that one on the inside. And before I finished, I did decorate the rest of the inside. You'll see the finished final product in my end of photos. And enjoy the shape. I love the shape. It's why I do shaper cards, because they sound cool. Anyways, that is it for me today. I hope you have an amazing Easter and a great rest of the day. Keep getting inky. Thanks for watching.